Tonight on Hunter.
Everybody freeze! This is a holdup! Do what we say, nobody gets hurt!
Looks like they knew what they were looking for.
They sure did. Bearer bonds are almost as good as cash.
$1,400,000.
Not bad for a couple minutes' work.
Nothing interesting ever happens to bankers.
I think this banker's very fascinating. Could I buy you a drink, Mr.
Hunter. Rick Hunter.
And what is your line of work?
Banking. Where you been?
Oh, just, running errands.
Looks like you've been shopping. What you shopping for? Gee, that looks like fishing equipment.
Very good.
I didn't know you were into fishing.
Oh, yeah. Been fishing a long time.
Yeah? So what do you like? Freshwater or deep sea?
No, deep sea.
This is freshwater stuff.
I meant fresh water. I was just, you know.
So, want to tell me what's going on?
There's nothing going on. I just have a couple of days off, and, I'm gonna go fish.
Look, the closest you've ever been to fishing is when you had a tuna fish sandwich last week for lunch. So, what's his name?
What do you mean, what's his name? You think that I can't go fishing by myself?
Well, you gotta have someone to hold your bait.
I was a Girl Scout. I know how to camp.
Lieutenant Muggavaroo, right?
No, give me my... Stop it. Give me my pole.
Now, look. This is me you're talking to. Compadre, companion, your friend, your amigo. What's going on?
There's absolutely nothing going on. I am just going to take the 3 days, which, by the way, are due me, and I'm going to go fishing. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have work to do.
I'm running late, honey. What about tomorrow?
I have a 12 o'clock lunch meeting tomorrow. It'd have to be the day after.
There's always tomorrow night.
Ah, you know the rules. It's too risky. Zip me up. You're frisky today.
I can't get enough of you. I don't want to go back to work.
Neither do I, but we both have these little things called jobs.
I could think of much better things to do. You sure about tomorrow night?
You'll have to wait. I gotta go.
So you're a couple minutes late. So what?
Looks like a snap.
Yeah, I hope so.
Hey, don't worry, you know what to do. Hear anything we should know about Two Blessed on the Horn?
Right.
Let's do it.
Good afternoon, Nancy.
Sorry I'm late.
Mr. Delwin. Mr. Delwin, I need a manager's approval on this check.
Let me
please.
see. Looks all right to me. Go ahead and put it through.
Everybody freeze! This is a holdup! Get up. Do what we say, nobody gets hurt.
Touch that alarm button, you're dead!
Stay calm. Move away from the counter, everybody! Now! You come with me.
All right, all you tellers, put your hands up where I can see them. Everybody else, down on your bellies. Now! That's right.
Come on. Open it. Hey, not that key, man. This key sets off the alarm, man. I'm not stupid. Use the right one. Now let's get the bearer bonds. Open it.
Everybody keep your hands up where I can see them. Everything will be just fine.
Move, move, move. Into the line.
Hold it! Stay calm and stay put.
Hey, gonna hit that half-day boat, eh?
Yes, exactly.
You were gonna leave without saying goodbye, weren't you?
I was just in a hurry. I was running late, so. Goodbye.
Bye.
Now we got a bank robbery on Pacific Avenue. I want the two of you down there right away. What is that?
Oh, you see, she's after the big one.
With who?
Looks like they knew what they were looking for.
They sure did. Bearer bonds are almost as good as cash.
You know, maybe one of your employees tipped them off to the key alarm.
I don't think any of my employees would be involved in anything like this. Besides, a lot of banks have similar alarm setups. It could have been anyone who worked for a bank sometime or other.
I see.
Look, maybe one of the armored transport company people or somebody from the main office tipped the robbers off.
Yeah, it's a possibility. I still need to get a list of all the people who knew the bonds were going to be here.
All right.
Got a final tally on the bonds stolen. $1,400,000.
Not bad for a couple minutes' work. Oh, Mr. Delwin, this is Dave Michaels, FBI.
How do you do?
Now, Mr. Delwin, your guard should have engaged the suspect the minute he walked into the bank. What happened?
I was late returning from lunch, and I guess he stepped into that office for a few minutes. I don't know why.
Well, after you're done with LAPD, the FBI will want a separate interview with you.
Certainly.
Thanks, Mr. Delwin. We'll be in touch.
Thanks.
We'll keep you informed on what we find out.
You're not the kind of cops who resent the fact that the Bureau has jurisdiction in cases like this, are you?
No, not at all. I assume the FBI will take care of the 211 and LAPD will handle the 187.
Right. Just remember, you take your lead from us.
No problem.
Well, I guess you told him, didn't you?
If I did that to you.
Ow!
It's a good thing you were right about these. If we'd walked out of there empty-handed after killing that guard, someone else might have gotten hurt. Hey, I'm just saying what's on my mind. All three of us have a murder rap on our heads now.
It's nothing to worry about. The police don't have a thing to go on.
It's easy for you to say. We're the ones carrying the weight. One slip and we're up for the gas chamber.
If I'd known there was a guard, I would never have sent you in there. I've put a lot of my own time and money into this. And if you succeed, then I succeed.
Yeah, if we get blown away inside the bank, you walk away untouched.
You knew what the odds were when I brought you into this.
Killing people costs extra. No way do you deserve 50%.
I put this whole thing together. If it wasn't for me, you'd be getting 50% of nothing instead of 50% of this.
The last job's off. Unless we even out the money. 1/3 for you, 2/3 for us.
We're with him.
It's totally up to you.
All right. We do the last job. Split everything. 1/3 is mine, 2/3 is yours. Fair enough?
Anything you say, Miss Fallon.
Hunter! They just got the getaway car from the bank job. Lab boys went over tooth and nail, didn't find a thing.
No, well, that figures, doesn't it?
Now, the FBI's trying to cross-reference that one shotgun shell they found, but Michaels hasn't called me back yet, so...
Captain, this is Ken Delwin. He gave us a list of employee names from Security Independence Bank. We can check them out.
Mr. Delwin?
Good to see you, Miss Delwin.
Mr. Delwin, tell me, how often do you have these bearer bonds stored in your vaults?
Maybe once or twice a year.
Well, you see, that's just too big of a coincidence for me. The bank robbers hit the bank exactly the same day that the bearer bonds get there.
I just can't believe that one of the employees at my branch would be in on the job.
Well, Mr. Delwin, it's possible that it wasn't intentional. Maybe one of your employees told a friend, and that individual told somebody else.
We discourage our employees from discussing bank business.
But, Mr. Delwin, isn't it possible somebody in your bank told a close friend or relative something?
Anything's possible, Sergeant.
Are you sure you didn't tell anyone about those bonds coming through the bank?
None of my friends care anything about banking. Why would I have said anything?
I'm just thinking you might have said something in a passing conversation.
Well, I think I'd remember if I'd said anything. Ken, why are you acting so crazy?
Well, it's just when that cop was talking to me, I realized how much I told you about the bank.
Ken, I didn't rob your bank.
You sure you didn't say anything to anyone else?
I'm sure I didn't. Darling, don't you trust me?
Sure. I'm just a little rattled, that's all. Seeing that man gunned down yesterday really shook me.
I know. You can't imagine what went through my mind when I heard it on the radio. I thought, oh my God, he's been killed. I wanted to call you.
I wanted to call you too. There was no getting away from my wife last night. I really needed you.
I'm sorry I couldn't have been there for you.
This isn't right. We should be together.
Oh, Ken, you know, it's not just your wife we're talking about, it's your kids, too.
Come on, I could work something out.
We both know it's so impossible. Let's just be happy with what we have.
You're beautiful. I really love you.
Ken, we don't have privacy here.
There's always your apartment.
I can't, darling. I'm late for an appointment. Tomorrow. I love you.
Sorry I'm late.
It doesn't matter. I've been dying to see you. Look like you're in a good mood.
Well, I always am when I'm seeing you.
So what about the preliminaries?
What preliminaries?
Well, aren't you going to tell me about how your day was?
Nothing interesting ever happens to bankers.
I don't think that's true. I think this banker's very fascinating.
Hey, I just finished doing the background check on Ken Delwin's list of people. Now, according to this, other than a couple outstanding warrants for traffic violation, everybody is clean.
Everyone?
Everyone.
Even the people at the armored car company?
Yep.
Oh, that's great. Tell you what, Charlie's not going to spring for 4 or 5 officers to help us check people out.
Tell me about it.
Have a visitor.
I was hoping you'd both be here. Our lab came up with a match for the shell casing found at the Security Independence robbery. It compares with the casing found at a robbery in the San Fernando Valley 4 months ago, the New Liberty Bank. Nobody was killed in that one. They expended a round into the ceiling to get everybody's attention.
Now we're getting someplace.
Yeah, they wore Halloween masks and trench coats in that one, but everything else about the MO compares exactly to Security Independence.
How much did they get?
$1.2 million. Most of it being held in bearer bonds for the San Francisco Reserve. And these guys knew what they were looking for.
Guess it's a dead end, Sergeant. Not one of them worked here at the time we were robbed. You want me to go through the files again?
No, that's all right.
Excuse me.
Sure.
Yes. Tell them I'll be interested in buying when the price is right. Well, what did you say? Fine. Tell them I'll call them back later. It's my wine broker. I collect vintage wines. It's kind of a hobby.
You know, I was thinking, we have photos of all of the employees of Security Independence. It's possible one of them was using an alias, and that's why you couldn't match the name. Would you be willing to come down to Parker Center and take a look?
Sure. I can't believe that one of our employees was involved in the robbery.
Well, still, it's real odd that your bank would be held up on the same day that you get a shipment of bonds to your vault.
Only 5 of us knew the bonds were there, and the FBI went over each one of us with a magnifying glass and didn't come up with anything. It was only a coincidence.
Maybe not. What are you doing?
Changed my mind. I'm going into the office today.
The bank gave you the day off. You should take it.
I can't. Don't make dinner for me. I'll be a little late tonight.
Ken, we've got to talk.
I don't have time.
You never have time anymore.
I've had a lot on my mind lately.
What? Another woman? I want the truth for a change.
You have the truth.
Who is she? What's her name? Did you meet her at work?
You got it all wrong.
Don't treat me like an idiot. You think I don't know what's happening between us? You don't talk to me? You don't touch me? Tell me who she is.
We'll talk later.
Stop running away from me.
Not now. We'll talk later.
We'll talk now. You're like a tourist in this house. All you do is eat and sleep here. Your mind and your emotions are somewhere else.
Well, I've been busy lately, too. My bank was robbed. My guard was gunned down.
I want my husband back.
Tonight. We'll talk tonight.
Ken! I'm not living like this anymore.
Ken, what a surprise.
I'll bet it is.
What's the matter?
You want to tell me about the guy I just saw you with? The one you were kissing outside?
Well, if you really want to know, he's my ex-boyfriend, and he wanted to get back together.
What are you going to do?
Well, I told him that I was in love with you, and so we just said our final goodbyes. I was just gonna call you. I really miss you.
Oh, you never stop lying, do you? That old boyfriend of yours? We started out together at the same bank. His name is Al Redfern.
So?
So you either have a thing for bankers, or you were using me to set up the robbery at my own bank. And you're probably doing the very same thing to him.
Oh, you're way off base.
You know that I was coming over here to tell you that I wanted to divorce my wife and marry you. You really suckered me in all the way.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Knock it off! I know what's going on here. You were never in love with me. I was being used.
You're all wrong.
I am all right. I told you everything about my bank. The alarm system, the bonds, everything. How long was it gonna be before you dumped me? Maybe the police would like to know what you're up to.
Go ahead and go to the police. You'll lose your house, your wife, your job. I'll tell them you helped me plan the whole thing. Face it, Ken. You got what you wanted, and I got what I wanted.
You're nothing but a whore.
A very well-paid one. Get out, Ken.
That's it, Captain. No ex-employees from Marston's bank were working at Security Independence when it was hit.
All right, so I guess that shoots down your theory about being an inside job.
No, not exactly.
Wait a minute. I see this coming. You're going to try to sell me on the idea that somebody on the outside had connections inside both those banks and helped to set up the robbery?
Yes.
So where does that leave us?
Well, what we'd like to do is to interview all the relatives and friends of the employees at Security Independence and New Liberty Bank.
Do you have any idea how much time and personnel that would cost?
Four people?
Yeah, about 4 officers.
Couple weeks.
Over about 2 weeks.
What? Absolutely not. No way. There is no way. No. Look, Charlie.
That's our only lead. That's all we got left.
All right. I'll tell you what I will do. I cannot give you any more personnel, but I'll give you a week to interview as many people as you can find. If you don't find anything by then, I'm pulling the plug!
How was I to know he'd come by my place like he did?
Every time you slip up, you put our necks on the line. Now, this isn't a game we're playing, lady. This is for keeps.
If you want out, say so. But until then, I'm running this show.
All right. If you're so smart, what do we do next?
Well, the way I see it, we have two options. One, we split the take. We forget about the last job, and we leave town now. Then we forget about the $2 million in Al Redfern's bank.
What's the second option?
Have you found the person who did this?
No, we haven't, Miss Dowling. We think your husband was deliberately run over.
What?
We think it may have something to do with the bank robbery.
How?
Miss Dowling, your husband may have given the bank robbers inadvertently some information that helped them rob the bank.
Oh no, Ken would never have been party to anything like that. The man was killed.
We're not saying that he was an accomplice. He made a mistake.
Well, it's not like Ken.
Mrs. Delwyn, had your husband changed any of his business activities over the last few weeks? Many new business acquaintances? Many new friends?
My husband has been seeing another woman. I've suspected for several weeks. I'd call his office at noon, and they'd say he was playing racquetball. And then I'd call the racquetball court, and they'd say he wasn't there. And then at night, he just lied.
Miss Delwyn, do you know who this woman was?
No. I was curious at first. I even thought about hiring a private detective to follow him, but I didn't.
Look, Miss Delwyn, this woman could be very helpful in our investigation. Would it be possible if Sergeant McCall and I came back to talk to you later on about it?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Would you like us to take you to your car?
No, I'd like to stay here, please.
Certainly. Thank you, Miss Dillon. I'm very sorry.
You were terrific.
Ooh. I was inspired.
You better hurry, you're gonna be late. You have a very big day today, remember?
Oh, I remember.
Something very big and mysterious. And you said that bankers don't have an exciting life.
Oh, it's not going to change the course of human history. Just a little shipment. Well, a big shipment. At least for our little branch.
So what are you bringing in? $1 million in gold Kruger ads?
Nothing so romantic. But a lot more money. I'm taking reception of $2.5 million in bearer bonds this afternoon. We send them off to Belgium in the morning. Tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
was not just a hit and run. Delwin was taken down because he knew something. Now, you say there's nothing suspicious in his background. He never drank, smoked, or kicked the dog.
That's right.
Well, he sounds like he's criminally dull to me.
Captain, this guy did have one very particular vice. The day manager at his club remembers Delwin. He said that last month he came in regularly at lunchtime to play a match with a very attractive lady whose name was Linda Fallon. She also was a recent member, and over the last few weeks he hasn't seen either one of them.
Linda Fallon. That must be the girl that Delwin's having an affair with.
So Delwin's not the dullard we thought he was. Well, look, somebody hit this guy. It's too much of a coincidence. We gotta find this Linda Fallon. Run a check on her.
Yeah, right. What was the manager's name at Liberty Bank?
Marsden.
Marsden.
Linda Fallon. I don't know anyone by that name.
It's a rather indelicate question, but were you involved with another woman at about that time?
What are you getting at?
What she's getting at, Mr. Marsden, is if you're withholding information of a police investigation of a homicide, you're obstructing justice. Now, you were having an affair with another woman, weren't you?
Yes. Her name was Mary Roden. I met her at a wine tasting. She was so beautiful. She just came at me.
And you were taken in?
Oh, yeah. You know, she even bought me a 26 Chateau Montreux.
That's a bottle of wine?
A very rare and expensive bottle of wine. I thought she was in love with me. And then, one day, she left. Just like that. You probably think I'm a fool, if not worse. Look, if at all possible, don't tell my wife.
Yeah, this woman researches her victims very carefully. She makes sure that they're married, which makes them more discreet, and then she goes to work on them.
Right, and in Delwin's case, she found out the guy was a health nut, joined his health club, and started playing racquetball.
Yeah, with Marsden, it was the wine business. He was sort of a wine snob.
Right.
You know, I think I'm getting the picture down. These managers, they preen a little, they tell her how important they are, how much money they manage every day. Next thing you know, she knows when and how to hit the bank. And when Delwin found out,
she had him run over.
Exactly.
Hey, hot off the presses.
Great.
How did Marsden do?
This man's memory of this woman is indelible. Says that this looks just like her. Oh, by the way, ran the name Mary Roden. Came up with another alias.
So who the hell are you, lady?
There's no time to organize it. It has to be done today.
$2.5 million, it can happen.
It's too risky.
Why? There isn't even a bank guard. Or is there some new wrinkle we should know about?
No.
With our new way of dividing the pie, maybe you just don't like the arithmetic. This last job is our pension plan for a long, pleasant retirement.
I just wish we had more time to study it.
And study it all you want. We're going in.
I see, Miss Ritter. When was that? About a week ago? I see. Now, you're sure she took everything? I see. Okay. I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you.
What do you got?
Well, Miss Ritter says that Linda Fallon did indeed have a private locker at the racquetball club, but a week ago she came in and cleaned it out.
Probably cleaned off her fingerprints, too.
Yeah, we'll check it anyway.
It's a good idea.
Just when you think you know what's going on, we got an anonymous tip. There's a 211 about to happen at Golden West Bank.
Everybody stay calm. Don't move. No one's gonna get hurt.
Don't even move. Don't even breathe.
right there. Nobody catches an alarm. Let's go. Where the hell's Bayless? Freeze!
This is William 56. Shot fired, officer down at Golden West Bank. Request an RA unit, code 3.
Get a blanket for him, huh? All right. Let's cover him up. Right, stay with him till the wagon comes, huh? Everybody all right?
Yeah. How's the officer down?
The wagon's on his way. It doesn't look too good.
These guys are gone.
Good.
Got the driver, alive and well.
Good. We'll crack into him tonight.
You guys do good work.
Three counts of murder, Bayless. After you're finished serving time for that, you're gonna do more federal time for the bank jobs. Gee, you know, I'm standing here looking at a guy with a real bright future.
I didn't kill anybody.
Lambert did and you were with him. It's the same thing. You want to cut a deal? Tell me where Linda Fallon is.
I told you I don't know where she lived. We always met at Lambert's.
What's her real name?
I don't know that either.
She sold you out, man. Why are you trying to protect her?
If I ever see her again, you'll see how much I'll protect her. You don't get it, do you? Well, let me break it down for you. The magical mystery woman has taken us for an e-ticket ride. You, me, everybody. Then the lady vanishes.
What Bedford had to say?
He ID'd our composite, Carol Johansson. We know where she lives. It seems he met her at his riding club.
Oh, she rides, too? That's great.
Better get our forensic guys over there right away.
Let us take a shot at it first.
Be my guest.
Come on. Hey, how you doing?
She was thorough. Wish I had the name of her cleaning lady.
Uh-huh.
What'd the landlord tell you?
Well, he said she left sometime last night. I thought I might have the FBI run a composite of her over the airport.
Yeah, well, you know, Bayless said they all plan to retire after this job. Go to the airport, she's probably turned into an astronaut or something by now. You know what really gets me about the whole situation is how much fun this woman is having. She's horseback riding, she's playing racquetball, she's guzzling down a, what was it, a $2,500 bottle of Chateau Montreux 1926.
Look, here's one thing you can look forward to. You don't have her around to drive you crazy anymore. What's the problem?
The wine.
You want some wine?
No, no, no. The wine. Come on.
Okay. Everything looks fine. You'll have checking, savings, a gold card, and 3 safety deposit boxes.
That's correct.
I see you're a native of San Diego.
Yes, I've been out of the country for years investing in the foreign real estate market. It's good to be back.
Well, welcome home. Will you need any special handling of funds? Foreign currency transfers, anything like that?
I've reinvested most of my money in the U.S. bond market. I will be cashing bearer bonds from time to time.
That'll be fine. Miss Carlton, we're happy to have you as a customer.
Thank you.
Linda Fallon gave that to Marsden. Luckily, he put it right into his cellar. We don't think he touched it that much. Lab found 3 sets of prints off that bottle. I hope that one of them matches hers.
Well, I hate to burst your balloon here, but unless she has a record or something that we can match these prints to, it's not going to make any difference.
She doesn't have a record, Captain, but she did work at a bank once. We've got a complete set of fingerprints on her.
Sarah Carlton, San Diego. Seems like a nice place to retire.
Could I have the usual?
I don't think so.
Sorry, I thought you were the waiter.
No, wrong line of work.
And what is your line of work?
Banking.
Oh. Could I buy you a drink, Mr.
Hunter. Rick Hunter.
Hi, Sarah Carlton.
Yes, I know. Oh, Ted.
Thank you. Well, I just got a call from the FBI. They're saying that Sarah Carlton is denying all responsibility in the robberies.
Well, what do you expect, Charlie? She conned the banker. She's sure going to try to con the FBI.
Well, she can try. I think we've really got her nailed this time. In fact, I'm going to recommend to the DA that he go for an all-female jury. That'll knock the wheels off her wagon.
You know, it really is a shame, isn't it?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, Miss Carlton's a very beautiful woman. She's kind of, well, she could have done more with her life, don't you think?
Let me ask you both something. Do you think that either one of you could have fallen for her?
I don't think so.
No.
I mean, if she weren't a criminal, could you have fallen for her?
Well, we're not bankers.
No, that's right.
Oh, okay, but if you were bankers.
Well, I guess we could have made a couple of deposits with her.
Ooh,
Oh, yes. So, where are you going?
I told you, I have 3 days off, and I'm going fishing.
Oh, you going alone?
No, I'm not going alone.
Oh, so, where you going?
The guy.
Does he have a name?
Yes, he has a name.
You, want to tell us?
Yeah, I'll tell you his name if he rises to the bait.